We are creating very mega technology centers with 100 spokes, helping that. And so some of the extension centers will be in the Northeast also. I don't think Mizoram has access as yet, so should you want to also have one extension center linking up to maybe the main tool center in Guwahati, your government should also approach us. And we are also promoting digitalization, and I think just now you saw the exercise, very important because now we are living in that age, and so AI, robotics, and technology, digitalization, we are all promoting those in our MSME universe. We also try to address some of the infrastructure bottlenecks, and Mizoram has also achieved not very poor, I would say, as far as MSME CDPs are concerned, cluster development programs. We have given you flatted factories. We have also given you cluster development programs and also Sfurti, where local artisans are also, provided with technology. So Mizoram also has some. I don't know where exactly they are located, but you can also have a look at those by reaching out to your industry department and go and get trained from those centers. Have a hands-on training on the machines and technologies that were provided. And we are also giving a lot of skilling and reskilling and upscaling. I know Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, MSDE, is the skilling program. We call ourselves the training providers. So we do a lot of training which are, to help the demand of industry. So if you're in that, you can also look up the many schemes that we run for reskilling, upskilling, and giving training for industry demands. And the most important thing is, of course, access to market. We have international cooperation where we facilitate our MSMEs to go and participate in more than 700 most popular fairs and exhibitions across the globe. And so if you want to also go and participate, showcase your products and services, then reach out to our IC portal, International Cooperation Portal of MSME, and see which industry is leading the delegation, and you can also be a part of that. Our procurement and marketing support scheme, PMS scheme, we also conduct thousands of exhibitions and fairs across the country throughout the year. And so PMS, you can also ask for PMS scheme and conduct this kind of state level exhibitions also in Mizoram, and also go and participate in like Suraj Kunj or IITF, which is a calendar event, or many of those big events across the country. We are also working very hard to also achieve the 3% procurement mandated by the public procurement policy of Government of India. And so WEP initiative, by collaborating with WEP, this is one of the objective of reaching the 3% also. So we are also trying to allow the WEP mentor some of our promising MSME, the women MSMEs. By the way, if your turnover is up to 250 crore per annum, you are an MSME, okay? And now with the new budget announcement, hopefully it will become double. That means 500 crore turnover. So if your turnover, your business turnover is up to 250 crore for now, you are an MSME. So I think in the Northeast, most of us, 99.9% would be MSME. And so we also started this Yashishwini program. And our Yashishwini program, we will also be conducting some camps here, hopefully in the next financial year. And when we do that, we really want to understand what is the need of the Mizoram women entrepreneurs. We have Z, we have Lean scheme, we have Z scheme. We also have GIFT scheme, which is a green initiative. We want to let the MSMEs transit to greener energy. We also want to comply with the SDG goals, and we are also trying to promote sustainable and also recycling of our resources. So through the Spice Gift, we are doing that. And there is a team scheme where 50% of the benefits will be for women. And here we will be helping the women create catalogs for their products, and then we will upload it on the team portal, and this will really help our entrepreneurs on board on the e-commerce platforms. And we are also having this ODR scheme, which is online delayed payment resolutions. And so a lot of good schemes are there with the Ministry of MSME. If I look at the RAM scheme, Ministry has already, I think, given you around 40 crores for you to develop the ecosystem of the state. That's a very important initiative, and I hope your, especially the young student who are planning to become entrepreneur, you reach out to your planning department, you reach out to your industry department and see how best you can leverage some of these schemes that are flowing to your corridor. And another initiative is the PM Vishwakarma scheme. It's also a very important flagship program of MSME, total budget of 13,000 crores. 18 trades are included in that. And I can say, I can vouch for Mizoram because you are very good in tailoring, okay? All the puan and the tops, you know, you stitch beautifully, naturally talented. And I know you are very good with hairstyling and all that, so beauty and hairstyling is also one of them, tailoring is another. We have a lot of very good quality broom and also bamboos, which can be made into baskets and also brooms. So those are also included. I know it will not be relevant for us to do boats and fishnet and maybe malakar and all. Maybe those are not really relevant for Northeast, but we are seeing furnitures and also broom making, basket making, beauty, tailoring. Some of these trades are very, very relevant for Northeast. And just to give you a little brief on what this is all about, it was launched by PM, and it's now, we are running the second year now. We want to impact 30 lakh artisans. We feel that in the Viksit Bharat vision, if these 18 trades are also supported and brought up to the next level and mainstream their economic activities, then we will, we will be nearer the goal of Viksit Bharat. So 30 lakh is our target given to us, but in less than 2 years, we have achieved I think 27 lakh already, and registration of course is beyond 2 crores. So reach out to that and see if yourself or your brother or sister or parents would like to also access the PM Vishwakarma scheme. You will be given 5 days training, 500 rupees per day and 1,000 for your transport once your application is accepted, and you will be given a toolkit worth 15,000, okay? And then after that, you will be eligible for 1 lakh rupees at a simple interest rate of 5%. Once you repay that, you will be eligible for the second tranche of 2 lakh rupees. So total, you will be getting 3 lakh rupees plus the toolkit and the training. So it's a very good scheme, very, very relevant for our artisans and craftspeople. So please look up to that. And PMEGP, I have seen the report of Mizoram, quite okay, but hopefully you will do better. And I see that women percentage is around 40%. So that is also a very encouraging figure. Kindly look up our many schemes. I can go on and on, but information will become a little overloaded. So I will stop here. But MSME is proactively looking forward, promoting entrepreneurship. So please follow us on our social media. Now we have tied up with WEP also. So you will get to know where we are going, what we are doing, and maybe soon we will come to Mizoram to have a camp also for MSME development. So thank you very much, and I hope to see many, many success stories coming out of Mizoram. Thank you.
As always, Mercy is full of very, very relevant information. Out of all the central government ministries, we picked up MSME to be one of the pilot ministries with whom we will develop a specific page that will allow you not only to be aware of schemes, which already WEP has, awareness of, I think there are 27 schemes, MSME, but another layer is being developed over it, which will tell you about the your eligibility based on your performer, where to apply, whom to approach. So that is under works, and we are working with Ministry of MSME, and because of Mercy, who leads women entrepreneurship and is so passionate about it, it, and also the relevance of the ministry. We chose the ministry to be the first partner in developing this database, and soon you will be able to access it. So, sir, thank you, Mercy.
Yeah, ma'am,
Huh.
if you don't mind.
Yes.
I have field officers here in Aizawl. So I have DFO officer here. Can you please stand up? Yeah. So he is the person, officer posted in Aizawl. For any MSME 28 schemes, you please go to him. KVIC is also here. Is KVIC person here? I called him to come. So we have two officers here, one KVIC and one DFO office. For any MSME related, please share your thing. He will be giving you a presentation along with SRI. Okay?
Yes. So SRI will be giving later. Along with SRI, you can also present in detail for the benefit of the audience. Now we are moving to the segment where there will be a lot of interaction with the audience. And please again wake up, as Madhvi said earlier. So Madhvi, can we have you on stage for your session? Huh? No, no, first yours, and Yamuna will come later. You have to. Okay, come. So, whichever way, huh? Okay, Yamuna.
Hello. No, I don't want to start. Hi everyone. I still don't want to start. Hello, Mizoram. Again, it's not enough. You know, we took a 6 a.m. flight to come here. The 8 hours of travel and just waiting to just share our knowledge here. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Mizoram. Okay, finally, some energy. So, I request for the Mentimeter. How many of you have 250 rupees in your bank account or UPI or anything? Can you just raise your hands? So, okay, again, one more thing. By the time I get the Mentimeter, can I get the Mentimeter on the screen, please? Okay, I repeat my question. How many of you have 250 rupees in your account or in your wallet or in your UPI? Okay, raising hands is not like this, okay? Nothing is half-hearted, it's always full-hearted. I repeat, how many of you have 250 rupees here in the... No half-hearted hands up yet. Great. Okay, myself Yamuna Shastri, I started tax filing for taxi drivers in India. I got an idea, I wrote an idea on a tissue paper. All I started to invest my business was 250 rupees. I had access to a photocopy center. I wrote the brochure and started meeting taxi drivers. Today we have processed 90,000 IT returns in 500 cities. It's a digital platform. More than $6 million TDS refunds have gone back. So I started with $4 and my company is valued around $10 to $12 million. I come from the same the hustle community where I'm the first generation entrepreneur. Most of the people did not even know what a startup was. Even today my family thinks, what am I doing? But one thing I want all of you to remember is the most important thing that you want to start your business is your patience, perseverance and belief in yourself. And the next layer, do not think whether you have money or not. The community capital is the most important. So I think, thank you for answering the Swavalambini questions. I repeat, okay, now we'll start. Have you ever reached out to mentors? When you got an idea, have you ever thought that you should go talk to someone who's been there, done that? If you ever thought not sure what to ask, if I ask some stupid questions, will I be judged? No worries, there's no stupid questions. I need more answers. How many of you are still answering it? Come on. Almost 120. We should go to the next question. Oh, this session is for you. If you have no idea, I think we have the right information for you. So I read out the question. Which is the one resource or program or opportunity you wish you have now in Mizoram to start your business? Are you guys answering it? Lot of answers. Oh, I love this. So, incubation center, retail, marketing, skill development. Brilliant, brilliant answers coming on the question. Okay, we can go to the next one. So, hold on, I'll have Madhavi to ask these.
This is the last one. So if you had to describe a community, if you're an entrepreneur and if you had to describe community in one word or a phrase, what would that be? What does the word community mean to you? This is very open-ended. Please share what you feel, how a women entrepreneur community would be like, or how an entrepreneur community, what would it mean to you?
Support, society, connectivity, relationship, togetherness. Cultural heritage, amazing.
Collaboration also is a good word that's come up. Relationship, support system,
Peer to peer, I think that's the biggest asset that we all have.
We are very happy to see all this on the screen, definitely. Please, let's give a round of applause to ourselves for being here, for staying back and for participating. Thank you. You can start.
Is this working? Hello. Hello. Can I have my slides?
We're closing the poll. Thank you very much.
That was one amazing poll. So I'm on my third fintech stint, 15 years of serial entrepreneurship. When I was in college, I started festival services. There were new apartments in Bangalore, so I started giving the cultural materials that new age people can do festivals. So the best start to being part of an entrepreneurship journey is, to start in your college and bang on. So whatever I'm sharing now is very super quick, and what I wish I knew 15 years before. Can we go to the next slide? So if you thought resources, office space, money is a bottleneck, please see, we started our office in a 50 square foot space. All we needed was the courage and the commitment that we will build something. And can you believe that someone who was just passionate, I did not know how to build a startup. Bangalore, we had 500 startups in 2013. Today we have 24,000 startups. And that was the start of the revolution. Every coffee shop, every place where you go, people only speak about startups. And you can actually network and get out with probably an investor also in Bangalore. So my morning till evening, I used to work with the taxi drivers on the ground. And the one important thing that I consistently did was, whether I did something small or big, I continuously went and reached out to my mentors and said, this is what is happening. So from starting to talking to taxi drivers on ground. And one day, through my mentor, Lakshmi, I even met Ratan Tata ji for one of his best advices that that will stay forever in my life. Community is the capital. Mentors are the biggest asset that anyone can get. So how it started, just to give a quick blurb, I had a simple idea. I said, I was a taxation topper, what do I do with that? So doing the same thing that most of the people are doing in the world, doesn't give us a category 1, doesn't give a red carpet. Think differently, think innovatively. We took tax filing to taxi drivers in a very, very niche. So we built a regional tax tech platform, simplifying and creating a simple tech platform. And what we did was we collaborated with the likes of the Swiggy, Uber, Ola, Zomato, gave it as a tech intervention. So these are the kind of thought process that you can actually look at. The next one. So if you thought there are a VC in the first row, when you're reaching out to fundraise or investments, right? This is like, show me your friend, I'll say who you are. We've seen the kind of repercussions the Alabadia event has happened, right? Like that, show me your mentor, I'll say how you will grow in next decade or in next 2 decades, right? So the one thing that that went into my pitch deck every time that I spoke to my investors when I was raising was, backed by the finances and tech grant by the state efforts. But the most important thing, you see the middle thing, mentored and incubated. There are almost 950 incubation centers and accelerators. Pick a mentoring program. It's okay. There are so many early riser mentorship program. And also, of course, women entrepreneurship platform. I was roaming around talking to taxi drivers. My parents thought I'm just mad until I got an award from the women entrepreneurship platform. And that actually made a huge game changer, and it opened a lot of doors for us. So you need to remember that the mentorship and incubation and acceleration support, do not think irrespective of which part or which phase of business you are. Even if you have a simple idea, you're building something, you made your first revenues. Consistency, consistency and consistency. Can you go to the next slide? So we keep thinking about the forms of capital, okay? Let me put it like this. If there are 7 forms, that is culture capital, infrastructure, human capital, knowledge capital, institutional banking capital, finance, we breathe air, that's also a capital. Without that, we can't even speak, right? So all put together, leveraging this at an inflection point is community capital. So you need to remember that community is much more than belonging to something. The next slide. So quickly, I thank all my mentors who are here. The first person is my 5th grade class teacher. I still stay in touch with her. So I quickly want to say the touch points, right? One is a teacher, one is my former business CEO, second is my investor, below are the impact mentors. They've not invested, they've not put any money, okay? The one in the middle are US consulate and Australian consulate, people who actually empowered us with some of the catalyst programs. A principal secretary from Telangana government, a mentor from Rotary. The right corner is Mr. Kiran Kalap, who built Aadhaar branding, chlorophyll. If you see who's branded the who's who big brands. I never had money, but I always had the courage to go reach out to the right set of people. I want to build the state-of-the-art brand. Why can't I go reach out to someone who built an Aadhaar branding? I will reach out. I will ask people, right? Nothing will put me down if I'm asking, I don't have a 20 lakh rupees to build a great brand deck and brand documentation. But if my idea and if what I'm building, the way I'm reaching out to my mentors, if that one thing can give me 20 minutes or half an hour time from them, trust me, a mentor can make or break. Can you go to the next slide? So now, Okay, 15 years over, am I done? Am I stopping the mentoring? Not at all. Now I'm building financial literacy for school children across different states. Can you go to the next slide? So this is my latest mentor conversation. Kent Langley, he's a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. I have probably met him only once in one of the conferences. Since 2016, I have stayed in touch with him. I'm asking a stupid question, saying that, Kent, are there any specific platforms for curriculum development through AI and ML and learning, you know? So, probably I can't spend 10 lakhs to talk to Kent to set up a business session, right? But, you know, reaching out, consistently staying in touch, sharing your journey, right? That's the most important thing. The next one. So now, what do you have to do? I'm only going to share 2 important slides and nothing more than this. Okay? All of you, how many of you have registered on Women Entrepreneurship Platform? Can you raise your hands? How many of you have registered Women Entrepreneurship Platform? The one thing that you have to go is, there's amazing 550 plus mentors on the platform. It will take 15 minutes of your time to change your life. Go register on the platform. I'll show you how to do it. Okay? So when you're reaching out to your mentor, concentrate only on 3 things. Prepare for one specific ask. The time is limited. Don't, you know, you'll keep meeting people again, but don't jumble, have everything in one place. Okay? Summarize your context in 2 minutes. A 30 minutes mentoring session, if you speak 22 minutes, what will the mentor speak? Right? A mentee itself, you hijack the time, right? Be very concise. Ask 3 targeted questions and ask for 15 minutes. This 15 minutes is the golden peak. So stay in a network, a place where you have network, and stick to the schedule. If someone says, give time and space for them. The next thing. So get set, go. So this is how the screen grabs are. I'm going to quickly walk you through what I did for you. The next slide. So this is a simple profile. What you have to keep ready to do a registration on Women Entrepreneurship Platform is your name. Even if you don't have a company, put your details, keep your abouts. You know, we keep so many things on our WhatsApp. Open your own WhatsApp. Keep some common practices in check with you, saying that your name, 30-word bio or a 50-word bio, it's okay, whatever you say. I'm passionate about guitar, it's okay, that still works. You sell homegrown food, supply, fine. Anything, any small, just keep your introduction in handy on your WhatsApp so that, you know, whenever you want to apply or, you know, log in, it should be easier, right? So now, create a mentor board or an advisory. So there are 2 kinds of things. One, it's individual mentoring, and second, it is an organizational mentoring, right? Of course, Elon Musk is also advising us. So through his ex posts, right? One of the things that you need to understand is you can always, yeah. So 2 things. You pick one set of individual mentors, and you pick the set of mentors from the companies also. You can always reach out. The next one. So I think when you go on the platform, there's something called trending mentors. Okay? One mentor cannot suffice for everything. Pick at least 2 to 3 dynamic mentors. Read them. Be very specific. Don't go for whether they're doing some videos on their social media. Look at their what they have filled in on the LinkedIn, what their trail is. Okay? So leverage your mentor's credibility. Assume I'm coming to Mizoram and probably I want to talk to the Mizoram University. I can reach out to Anna ma'am saying that, ma'am, since I'm coming here, could you please put me in touch with the Mizoram University to talk about the incubation center? Use your wild card very, very, very carefully. You know, our families can always back us, but our mentors has to, you know, think 2 times more and support us. So ask your questions right. So the next thing, the implementation feedback. Many people are excited in the starting phase, but after you ask a question, you don't go back and give a feedback or say what you have done. This is the make or break. Please, if you're the same enthusiasm while setting up your initial mentorship, reach out back again. The next one. So these are the amazing mentors on the Women Entrepreneurship platform. Divya Purnaya was even my marketing professor at Mount Carmel. Amazing, amazing people. So what I want you to know is this: marketing management, sales, startup validation, information technology, management, public relations. You know, I put this 6 buckets so that you can think of. Okay, the next one. The most important thing, there are almost a series of 800 plus resources that has been consolidated. There is central schemes, financial schemes, and state schemes. What do? When you see on a platform, I saw Swavalambini program, right? There's an information. Go back. What's a hack? See who's running Swavalambini. Go on LinkedIn, follow them. Go on their social media, follow them. Information, just as information will not give you anything. Information with action can transform. So incubators also, follow the set of incubators, see what programs they're launching, follow their social media platforms, subscribe for their newsletters, at least subscribe 3 newsletters from 3 different incubators. So Neha, one of the part of the ATR program, you know, her story was through WEP. On the Better India platform, it was navigated, it was published, and she's actually taking that fruits from the Women Entrepreneurship platform. So Naina was part of the Make My Trip. In fact, after she came back, this was as part of the Northeast cohort, she has put a lot of efforts on how to do due diligence, how to document her things. Yeah, so the next slide. So I'm ending. There's a lot of information. The more power to you, and I'm going to share how you can stay in touch and be part of the community. Over to Madhavi. After lunch, if you come back, I'll give you the hacks of how the demo of the platform also. Stay tuned.
Please, can we have a round of applause for Yamuna? She's a serial entrepreneur, extremely well, achieved a lot. And thank you, Yamuna, for doing the demo also post-lunch. Can I get my slides up? Okay, so basically, what we have at WEP, we have something that we are building very, very passionately, very purposefully at WEP. Next slide. Is the community platform. The whole point of having women entrepreneurs together on a website is to have a very vibrant community where they're sharing knowledge, they're supporting each other, we are discussing business challenges, business wins, also finding local resources in our states. So we have 34,000 women entrepreneurs pan-India, and we have a lot of them who are active on the platform itself, on the community platform, and we are all looking for support from each other, learning from each other, teaching each other. So all of this is happening on the community platform. So the community itself consists of the WEP mentors, the cohort members who are here. We hope you're part of the active community platform. And then we have the industry experts who keep coming in and running online sessions and networking events for us. Next slide, please. So what does business networking do to you? You already heard some parts of it from Yamuna, where you hear about a fund, you hear about a mentor. The next thing that you do is find them on LinkedIn, have a good profile, find them on LinkedIn, connect with them, write a crisp message, and ensure that your professional network, your business network is growing as you are also growing. And it is not something that you start when you start a business. Please remember that your network should start before you start a business. That is how you reach out to mentors. That is how you express what you want to build with people who are already doing this. Find people, 3 people who are already doing this outside your state, outside your country, and see how they have built it. Next slide, please. So these are the 4 types of business networking, which is in person, which online, referral, and social networking. We know the social platforms. This is all completely for social, personal reasons. The referral networking happens like you have a mentor from the web platform, and you need a board member, or you need an advisor, or you need a co-founder. The mentor recommends someone to you. That's a referral, right? So that is where, when you already have the initial set of network, the initial circle that you're already building set up, you can keep moving to bigger circles and expand your networks. It's extremely important when we are in regions like Mizoram, where we might feel we are cut off from rest of India. No, you are not, because internet and AI and technology, we've heard MSME ma'am, everyone say that today, that we are as connected as ever before. Like, we've never been so connected as a country right now. So these are the 4 types, and there can be nothing stopping you from networking, frankly speaking, online. Move to next slide. So these are the basic benefits of networking. In the end, you are just able to promote your business, you're able to grow your business sustainably. We would love to hear from you also that how networks have helped you post-lunch. We would want you to share your experience on the web ATR, how the program itself was, and what are the benefits that you have gotten from networking and from the training program itself, from the community. We can go to the next slide. Okay, this is also, we can go to the next slide. We'll share these slides with you definitely. But why is web community special? Why is this network special? Right? Because we understand that each of you are individuals who come with very individualistic aspirations, dreams, ambitions. We accept all of that. And we have state, central, all the governments, private organizations who want to be part of your growth and success story. We want to win with you, and we want to build this for you as well. So your voice, presence, and most important, your participation is very, very important. So when I'm building the community at Women Entrepreneurship Platform, every week we have polls, feedback forms that are running. We want to hear back from you. What online workshop do you want? What kind of meets? In fact, next Wednesday, we are running our first breakout rooms with web mentors. We have 4 different rooms. If you log in today, as Yamuna will teach you how to, you have access to direct 5 mentors, and in each room we'll have 5 mentors. So there are 4 different rooms on marketing, on business idea to launch, sales, and legal compliance. We have 5 mentors 25 mentors to 30 mentors who've already said we want to be part of the Zoom breakout room sessions. So your voice and your participation is extremely important, and we are building the community with you and for you. I think that is the whole tagline of the web community. Go to next slide. Is that we are building it with you as well. So these are some of the impact that you can have for your own business. You're breaking stereotypes, you're improving your business sense, your financial acumen. In fact, we had one of our biggest participation from the community itself 2 weeks ago on MSME grants and funds by the Department of MSME in Madhya Pradesh. So knowledge dissemination, all of this happens from peer support, from community, from collaboration. You can go to the next slide. So this is what our vision is for the platform itself. We want a very highly proactive and sticky community. That is what I'm putting it out there for all of you. We want to support each other as women entrepreneurs to build the community together. It is for us, by us, and for other women like us across India. Peer-to-peer learnings, all of the 5 parts. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Marketplace. So this is Anna ma'am's dream, to have a marketplace with all your services, products with respect to ownership on the platform itself. Then we have community growth and retention that we want to do, and we want success stories, collaboration stories that you have found useful and that are coming. We will share, the ATR members will share that soon, Project Maitri. So this is how our demographics is currently between the 35,000 members. We have 48% who are product based, 52 service based, so 50-50. Most of them have 0 to 2 years of business. That means they started just below 2 years ago. That's 51%. Most of them, 66%, are first time entrepreneurs. So it is not something that this community is very seasoned entrepreneurs, they have been running business for very long. No, nothing like that. You are the perfect fit for that community right now, I'll tell you that. And 55% of them have started 2 years ago, 22% are still aspiring. So abhi bhi, like almost 30%, we are still have women who are ideating. You can go to next slide.
and who are looking for business ideas. So on the right, you can see all the weekly themes. Every Wednesday is called Workshop Wednesday on the community platform, and we run all kinds of topics. We take polls, we run feedback forms, we decide on themes ourselves, and all of these activities that happen, you can see some of the screen grabs here. You can go to next page. So this is from an online event that we had on Marketing Blueprint, which was also very nicely done by Pallavi Tyagi, who works with women entrepreneurs in the ecosystem. And the learnings on the community module we post, and then we have a lot of women who start telling us what they have learned from the workshop that day. So when you're sharing, when you're learning from an online workshop, when you're sharing on the module community platform, you're sharing the knowledge with others who've missed it. You're reminding yourself of what you have learned. So anything that you participate in on the community itself, you can go to next slide, will help benefit you and the others as well. So we have resources also, where we have had the MSME grants and schemes ma'am from Madhya Pradesh department, who's shared her deck itself. We very regularly do online video tour of the website itself to share with new members how to navigate the platform, the website. You can go to next slide. So these are all the benefits that you'll have. Your business will have visibility. So last week we posted share your social media links on the community module. This is how you promote your business. If you're active on the community, you will not miss a post like this. And you can go post, you'll get followers, you might get leads, you might get collaborators, right? So ensure, I always tell women entrepreneurs, I've been working in this space for 4+ years, but I always tell them that make sure you are part of active communities that enable entrepreneurship, that enable market linkages, that enable access to funding. Don't be part of WhatsApp groups that are only doing business promo. No, you're not learning anything from your business by marketing your products to a target market that is not your market at all, where all women are promoting each own business, okay? That is not your target market. Find your target market, find your customer persona. This is where what you learn on the online workshop when you come to us, what is a customer of that? How do you market to them? Your marketing messaging, all of these parts. You can go to the next one. So I'll move on very quickly now. The community benefits to mentors. If you are at a stage where you want to be a mentor here, please, these are your benefits. We would love for you to take a session with our mentees, or we would love to have you in our breakout rooms. Next slide, please, as well. So we can skip through these. We are going to gamify the platform very soon. We'll have, next slide. We'll be having points, badges, so this is the best time to get on the platform and start earning, learning, winning. Next slide, please. The reward system that we have, we want to do web offerings that will be sponsored by our partners. Felicitation itself, we'll have goodie bags, digital certificates. Yes, you can go. Okay, this is all our stats till now, where we've had 99% of the women on the platform say that they love the community module. We started working on the community from October last year. And there are 3 or 4 other over 1 lakh women entrepreneurs that I manage communities pan-India with other orgs as well. But I love the web community 100%. And 99% of them also say that they will recommend the platform, they will recommend the community module itself to other women entrepreneurs. So this is all our stats that we keep getting on. Okay, so you can see from the top schemes that are there, number 4, 5 is Women Entrepreneurship Platform, where you can find all the government schemes on the platform itself. So we do help you with the navigation of the platform once in 1.5 months. Next slide. Okay, these are our growth plans. We want to grow with you. We want to grow the community for you. And we want, more amplification of your member success. Whenever you are successful, we want to amplify that on social media for you. We would love to do that if it's not been done already. Business focus groups is something that we plan to launch after March. So we have a lot of fun things that we are planning for March. But we want to do the gradual gamification also of the platform soon. Next slide, please. Okay, this is how you will log in. So you can see there how much are you loving the web community. This was from a poll, and we've had 4.7 as an NPS score on 5. this is how you join, and this is some of all our workshops that we've been running, I think 15 or 17 plus from last week of October. So we have funnily and, very nicely and very humbly, I can say, we have had a lot of male entrepreneurs joining our workshops because they feel that the engagement and the knowledge sharing that we do on our workshops is so high quality that even they have requested one-on-one separately with us, can we register and can we join? I think this is definitely a brag value for us then when we have male entrepreneurs also coming in. So definitely we want you to log in. Yamuna will, I'm done. Thank you very much for this, and a huge round of applause to all of you. Please clap for yourselves. We want you to take action because entrepreneurs are all about action. Nothing in entrepreneurship is sitting and dreaming. It is all about listening and immediately taking action about it. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we have Srifan. Yeah, come. I hope you understand what's being discussed. If in the meantime you want to know more, you want to ask more, you can. But otherwise you can have a session with them after lunch. Because these are important things which, people are coming and spending their time. You would like to have a session with, most of you were not aware. In the morning session we had given 1 lakh each to 3 very bright entrepreneurs, startup, homestay. Okay, all of you are in homestay, right? Would just want them to stand up for all of us because we have latecomers also. So just have a look. There was an all India kind of competition or something. Was it a training? And then they were chosen, and today they were given this prize. So we'll encourage you to speak to the speakers after the session also. And to the 3, thank you so much, and to the 3 entrepreneurs who got the prizes today, thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And I represent the Ministry of MSME, Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise, Government of India. And Ministry of MSME, like my earlier predecessor, Joint Secretary Mercy Ebo has talked, it is almost 35% of India's GDP and more than 40% of India's export, and it generates employment next to the agriculture, near about some 42% of employment it generates. So what the MSME entrepreneurs, it lacks is understanding the the business, understanding the, accessing the capital. You need a money, either a debt form or either loan form or maybe in equity form. So second thing is what we observed, the awareness level of the Ministry of MSME, Government of India in the northeastern region is slightly weaker. And there too, the place like Mizoram is further, it's weaker, We have various schemes like what Mercy Ebo ma'am mentioned, our Joint Secretary. We have various schemes are running. But if you ask me, 2 particular schemes I'll be talking about it, which is actually is going to more beneficial for the entrepreneurs and even the students who are representing the Mizoram. See, one particular scheme is Self-Reliant India Fund. It is it started in during the COVID time. Micro, small, medium enterprise. They had a challenge for the working capital requirement. They had a challenge for paying the salary to the employees. They had a challenge for paying for the, receivables and everything. And a lot of people are losing the employment, and lot of entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, they're losing the business and they're closing down. So to come out from the COVID disaster, during that time, this particular scheme was launched. And this scheme was launched in September 2021. Almost 3 years and 5 months it's operational. And this fund asset under management is close to around 50,000 crores. It provides fund across all the sectors. It could be anything. It could be agri or maybe even horticulture, even the big growing and sericulture, all kind of agri activities, embroidery and handlooms, handicrafts, everything, So it provides various, opportunity, across India. And It is a kind of a, if you ask me, the venture capital domain, venture capital is one of the huge domain globally. In India, it is picking up. Like, the startups ecosystem in India we are third rank among the world, today, right? First is US and followed by China, and third is India. And a lot of small companies, like I can tell you about Flipkart, started with 2 lakh rupees equity capital. Today, the enterprise value is more than running into 2 lakh crores, So like that, the small entrepreneurs with the good ideas and with, he has a good idea as a capital, but he may not be having a equity money or maybe the debt money. Because many entrepreneurs in the venture capital domain or private equity domain, if they go to bank or maybe development financial institution, they may not get the fund. They may not get the money. Because all the banks and financial institutions, they'll ask for a collateral. That means they'll ask for a building or machinery or land, as a collateral, as a mortgage. So they may not be having it. They have only ideas, and they have ideas and they have a fire in the belly. And like what Yamuna explained, the startup ecosystem. But they need a capital. So the capital is provided by the VC investors and venture capital investors and private equity investors. I represent one of the leading Government of India sovereign fund called SRI Fund, Self-Reliant India Fund. I'll be discussing about Self-Reliant India Fund also, as well as about the, one other particular scheme of under Ministry of MSME, which my parent NSIC is managing it. That also will be explaining it about it. And my fund is, it's kind of a mother fund. So we empaneled Government of India approved, SEBI approved AF1, AF2 category funds. Until now, we empaneled around 60 funds. We committed near about 6,200 crores. And some of our investment include in a Mama Earth. It's promoted by one female entrepreneur from Gurugram, Haryana. Then there is a, Cello World. Then, Lenskart. Then, Blue Stone, that studded jewelry. And then Biryani Pe Kilo, then Kabadiwala, E-Bag Tourable, Septo, like that, we have funded some of our investing companies. But most of the ecosystem, if you observe in the venture capital, startup ecosystem in India, fortunately or unfortunately, it is there mainly in the Bangalore region or maybe in Mumbai region or maybe in Delhi region, Gurugram, Delhi region. Mainly reason could be like, there could be IITs and IIMs, Indian Institute of Management, Indian Institute of Technology and National Institute of Technology, the ecosystem and startup incubator, department. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs in these three domains only. So the Government of India through SRI Fund, Self-Reliant India Fund, our idea is we want to reach out to the less known geography like Mizoram, Nagaland. We conduct a lot of awareness program within the 8 northeastern region, including Sikkim. We conducted a lot of events. So that's the main reason we are coming here to make a noise. And till now we have funded near about, we have dispersed near about more than 1,500-600 crores. And near about, basically we contribute only maximum 20%, balance 80% come from other institutional investors. The other institutional investors could be even the family offices or could be even the life insurance companies like LIC of India, private life insurance companies like Tata AI Life and others, and general insurance companies, bank treasuries, and number of ultra HNIs. They also invest in, this kind of a alternate investment scheme, AF schemes. So through that, the money comes here. So like that, we have invested around 11,000 crores Indian MSME. We have startup companies. We have funded till now around 553 MSME unit. And this particular fund, Self-Reliant India Fund, has created more than 1,21,000 employment. Out of that, near about 27% is a female. But the sad thing is it is mainly reaching these three region and maybe other developed region like, West Bengal or maybe in some extent Hyderabad, Chennai and Pune and other places. So our endeavor is we want to reach in the, tier 3, tier 4 locations like, this Mizoram and other places. That's the reason we are taking a lot of effort. And see, this out of 553 units, near about 12 units are by the OBC and 2 are from ST community. And that number also weaker. We want to improve further. And out of the 553 MSME, investing companies, near about 85 are women-led entrepreneurs. So a lot of women are showing a lot of interest, this particular, availing the fund from this particular fund and others. So if you need more detail about this, you can approach my colleague from DFO's Aizwal branch. He can give the details. Otherwise, you can access the website of NSIC Venture Capital Fund. We are based out of Delhi. And so if you access the www.NSIC Venture Capital Fund or nvcfl.co.in, you will get all the information. And second thing is we are here to help you to facilitate how to get the fund, for your startup or maybe others. So that's the main purpose of this particular, presentation. And the second presentation is about we have the parent organization called National Small Industries Corporation. It is a mini Navaratna by the government of India. And we run one particular scheme mainly for a, scheduled tribe community, called NSSH. And this particular, scheme mainly meant for helping the national level scheduled tribe community. And second slide, please. Second slide. And it is, see, basically if you observe, there are so many PSU, central PSU, more than 100 central PSU like NTPC, Indian Oil Corporation, then Bharat Petroleum, so many PSUs, Steel Authority of India Limited, everything. As per the Government of India mandate, 25% of their procurement of all the CPSU, Central Public Sector Unit, as well as even the Government of India offices, all the central government offices, they have to procure from the MSME, Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise. They are supposed to procure. It's a government, parliamentary act. It's a government order, government rule, gazette, whatever. So out of that, about 4% is reserved for ST and SC entrepreneurs. But currently they are, whatever the amount they're, availing this benefit is very less. The SC, ST community and SC communities are very, very low. So our endeavor is, this particular scheme benefit reach people in the Mizoram and northeastern region, so that is more important for us. And it is a mandatory, for the, whatever the 25% of all the central public sector unit, companies as well as even the Government of India's offices, they take various Government of India offices, right from Income Tax Department, Excise Department, so many departments, right? So they have to, various central government offices, they have to procure MSME, 28% minimum they have to procure. Out of that, 4% is reserved for ST and SC community, and it is a mandatory. And so it's started by the Government of India by the Pradhan Mantri. Next slide, please. Slide number 3. I think previous slide. Yeah. If you see here, till now, near about 1 lakh. So every year, if you observe even for FY 23-24, near about 1,70,000 crores of amount, whatever the items, it could be anything, it could be even the toilet, whatever the hand wash or whatever, they supplied by the MSME unit, and near about 1,70,000 crores of money was procured from the MSME, Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise, all over India by the Government of India, various ministries and departments as well as even the Central Public Sector Unit. Out of that one, if you observe, the ST community and SC communities availed till last year is only around 1,757 crores. So the amount is low, it's closer to around 1.28%. So it can go up to the Government of India Gazette, it can go up to around 4%. So there also, a lot of you can deliver there. That is more important. That's the objective of this. This particular hub called National ST and SC Hub was created, by the Ministry of Government of India under the Ministry of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise. It is administered by the mini Navaratna called NSIC, based out of Delhi. But they have branches, in northeastern region also. They are operating in Guwahati, and they are not having a branch in Aizawl, but you can approach Ministry of MSME's DFO office, Mr. Shah. He can able to help you. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So as we mentioned here, near about these various schemes are provided by the Government of India. If, for example, if we want to start a small, startup, or maybe maybe handloom or maybe handicraft or floriculture export or something, or maybe supplying to all over India, whatever, you need a capital. You can go to the commercial banks, could be the State Bank of India and others, or maybe you can go to the primary lending institution like, SIDBI or IDBI, or even the Northeastern Development Financial Institution. So here they give a 25% subsidy, and 25% subsidy, maximum amount of 25 lakh. So you have to take a loan or maybe any form of debt. You have to take it from the commercial banks or maybe prime lending institution. Out of that, you can get the 25 lakh. You can get the subsidy. It's a Government of India scheme, and till now near about 42 47 crores of grant and others, it's given to the northeastern states by this particular scheme. Out of the near about 3 crores, they reached a place like Mizoram. The actually amount is low compared to the global, overall number. And this particular special credit linked subsidy scheme, next slide. And, this, how to approach it is given here. Maybe I leave this presentation with, here local, and you can take it from them. Next slide. This is a sector agnostic, you can take this particular, loan for whatever the 25 lakh subsidy or whatever, 25% of, grant, whatever, this particular scheme. Could be any sector agnostic, but mainly if you observe even the food processing, apparel and textile, then plastics and handicrafts, it covers everything. But these are the various vertical in which, many entrepreneurs, micro, small, medium entrepreneurs, they are availing the benefit in which the government of India is providing 25 lakh grant. But only thing is you should repay the loan and based on the loan track record they'll give you. But normally the success rate is 100% here, Next slide. Then we have various schemes under the national ST hub, called special marketing assistance. Basically what we observed, the entrepreneur, for example, you are an entrepreneur running a handicraft or maybe flower export or horticulture or whatever, you are not only exporting, you are selling it within the state or outside the state or within the India. You need to have marketing. So maybe your product and maybe your company or maybe yourself may not be aware to the market. So we are helping for the marketing, so even we are conducting whatever the trade fair happening all over India, including Delhi and other places. We are providing you stall with free of cost, and you can come and display your product there and get them, connect with the various customers and various other agencies and other distributors and others. Like that, we conduct the international expo also globally, there also we are giving a special grant for that, for the entrepreneur to travel overseas and display their product in the overseas, so that's also provided. Next slide. So and second thing is, whenever you apply for a loan for any micro, small, medium enterprise or anything, you need to, the bank actually asks for a processing fee, bank loan processing fee, that also, bank loan processing fee. So that also, this particular scheme, National ST Hub, particular hub, it is reimbursing it. So around 80% of, that processing fee will be reimbursed up to around 1 lakh rupees, it will be reimbursed. So these are the some small features as an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, may not be knowing it. Various schemes under the government of India for the ST community benefit, So that's the reason I come here and standing in front of you to explaining about these particular schemes. Next slide. The reimbursement of bank charges, for the performance bank guarantee. So normally when you want to sell any product, want to contact the counterparty, they'll ask for a bank guarantee. So against such performance bank guarantee only, you can, you can able to buy or maybe you can sell your product. So for the guarantee, the reimbursement of bank charges, there will be a processing fee. Normally any commercial banks or any development financial institution or primary lending institution, they charges near about 2%, 3%. That also under this national ST hub, under the scheme, you can get the waive off, you can get the reimbursement. So that is also one of the good scheme by the government of India. Next one. And so then there's a reimbursement of fee for registration under the SPRS, that various schemes, that here also, enhancing the competitiveness. And here also when you apply for some, a loan and others, for the central POCs and others, you have to pay some fee. That fee also, this particular scheme, under the scheme, National ST Hub, you can get the waive off. Basically 100% subsidy you'll get. And the details are given in the National ST Hub. You have to access to the www.scsthub.in. So there you'll get all the information, download. And if you need more detail, you can approach our ministries, MSME ministries, DFO office based out of Aizawl. They can able to help you on how to access the SCST Hub website and others, they can able to help you. And then next slide. And if you go for any, if you want to, say for example, you are selling some product, for example, take NTPC or maybe any POC or any government, any government or maybe even any private group, Tata Group or Birla Group, anything. Sometimes they'll ask you to do they'll ask you what kind of product you're manufacturing. They're asking you to give a certification. So the certification normally comes from the nationally accredited laboratories. Could be central government promoted or state government promoted. They also ask for some fees, so that's how, the testing fees they'll ask. Sometimes it could be running into some thousands or 10,000s or 20,000, or maybe if your project is bigger and if you want to test the raw material or finished goods, finished material or maybe intermediary material, if you want to test it, they'll be charging some amount. So all the national accreditation laboratories, that if you get a certification, for you it is easy to sell your product, to any vendors or any of your customers. Even that, whatever the national accreditation laboratories or maybe the state government accreditation laboratories or maybe other recognized laboratories fees, whatever they're charging, under this national ST Hub scheme, you can get the reimbursement, 100% reimbursement, or 80% of amount you can get the reimbursement. Next slide. And then like that, for getting the, once you are scaling up your business, you want to, include your membership for the Export Promotion Council. There's a fees involved for a Export Promotion Council being membership, taking membership. That membership fees also, 80% of the membership fees or whatever, 20,000 rupees, whatever the amount will be reimbursed by the, for the ST community under the National ST Hub schemes, Next slide. Then there's various e-commerce portals run by the government, mainly to sell your product, various product, So like GEM, Government of India e-marketing portal, MSME Mart, e-Card, Trifed, Tribes India. So all these, through this website, you can able to sell your product, various product. It could be handicraft, could be horticulture product, it could be handloom, whatever, So all these product, if you registering this particular website, so they'll ask for some fees. That fees can be 25,000 maximum or 80% of whatever the fees can get the reimbursement under the National ST Hub scheme by the Government of India. The next slide. Like that, there is if you want to learn about the marketing skills and if you want to understand about the working capital management, or if you want to know how to connect, how to become a good entrepreneur. So they are 15 nationally important, institutions like IIMs, then even the NIT, they conduct the short-term courses, 2 months course, 1 month course. For that course, 90% of the course fee will be reimbursed at the maximum of around 1 lakh rupees under the National ST Hub. This is also one of the important scheme under the National ST Hub in which the Government of India is running it. And a lot of entrepreneurs got benefit out of this particular, the IIMs and NITs, National Institute of Technologies, whatever the scheme benefit. Next slide. So these are the journey for last 2.5 years, this particular National ST Hub, whatever they traveled. Till now around 2,000, close to 2,500 MSME has got the benefit, ST community got benefit till now out of 287 crores. 43 candidates have been trained under the capacity building program, under the National ST Hub program. And we have conducted till now 58 National ST Hub conclave, like we are attending here, like that we conducted our 58 conclave all over India. And almost close to around 30,000 aspiring and existing entrepreneurs have participated. And around 27,000 of MSME facilitated registration B2B portal was registered. So there's a success stories and 700 special vendor development scheme and 22,000 entrepreneurs have participated. So this scheme got a lot of benefit. And so you can approach, the last slide please, last slide. Yeah, these are the success story. And yeah, last slide please. So this website you can access, to get the benefit, whatever some more than 10, 12 benefits I have mentioned, National ST Hub benefit, National ST Hub, so the headquarters based out of Delhi, NSIC is administrative PSU, is a mini Ratna PSU by the Government of India. And the toll-free number is given there, and even the email ID and website details are given. Further, if you need any detail, you can approach Mr. Jha. He is here. He is based of Aiswal only, and is part of the Ministry of MSME, Government of India, DFO's office, and he can able to provide you more data. Thank you. Wish you good luck.
Thank you, Saravana Kumarji, for the insight on what NSIC is giving. Actually, it's a very good organization. We've been working with them together. And if you go to the website and take, check it out. So today, basically, we're talking about entrepreneurship and doing something by yourself, which will give you wings to fly in your future, right? So encouraging you to to check the website, because everybody right now, I mean, these days is having their smartphones and things like that, instead of us just checking on many things which otherwise are not going to really benefit us. I think it's worthwhile to check all these schemes or all these websites. I don't really need it, but I also keep on sometimes going there and checking. So it's really helpful for all of us when we grow, and this is going to give you, some insights into some things that you may want to take up in the future. Requesting Mrs. Samrat M. Jha, who is otherwise working here in Aizawl. So basically, he's the contact person. He's going to be the contact person for many of the schemes that we have talked about. MSME schemes is they have wonderful schemes, and see, this NSIC also takes people out of the country, or for market linkages and all those events also they're having. So it will be very good if you can be in touch in the future with Mr. Jha. Jha, can you kindly take?
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, all participants who are participating in this August Hall under this WEP program. As our Joint Secretary, ma'am, Mercy Pao, ma'am, has already introduced about the scheme that we are having. In short, she explained all those schemes. Despite that, we have our scheme presentation here, and I take this opportunity to present among you all regarding the scheme that is being implemented through our ministry. So I am Samrat Jha. I am IADS officer. I am Assistant Director Grade 1 and Head of the office at our office branch MSME DFO Aizawl, which is branch office under MSME DFO Agartala. So we are having 11 districts of Mizoram that is covered, that is under jurisdiction of our office, and we are implementing the schemes of Ministry of MSME, Government of India through state government. So in few moments, I will be explaining all those schemes that we have and where can we access those schemes. So as ma'am told that we all know what is MSME, and in recent budget, its limit has been enhanced by our Honorable Finance Minister also. You all might be aware of that. So in our country, basically MSME, that means micro, small and medium enterprises, that defines in the terms of investment in plant and machinery that they are doing in their respective enterprises, as well as turnover. So composite criteria is there. So if investment is 2.5 crore and turnover is around double of earlier limit, that means up to 20 crore, then we call it micro enterprises. In this slide, you might be seeing it, the current limit, which is 1 crore, and its turnover, that is 5 crore. But it has been doubled in recent budget. So if turnover is 2.5 crore and if investment in plant and machinery is 2.5 crore and turnover is 10 crore, then we call it micro enterprise in our country. If investment in plant and machinery or equipment is 25 crore and turnover is 100 crore, then we call it small enterprises. And if investment in plant and machinery is 125 crore and turnover is it's double, that means 500 crore, then we call it medium enterprises. So in this way, MSME has been defined in our country, and to enable an enterprise to take benefit of our ministry, they must be enrolled under Udyam registration portal, which is very simple portal of our ministry that has been devised. Just a simple declaration is required to register in that Udyam registration portal, and it is just a 2 minutes job, and after generation of that Udyam registration certificate, all respective enterprise will be able to take benefits of our Ministry of MSME. Next slide. So this which I was talking about, Udyam registration portal, just you need to log on to udyamregistration.gov.in. It is totally free of cost, and no any document has to be uploaded for registering into this portal. So what will happen that you will get your Udyam registration certificate of your enterprises, and then you will be, that will enable you to take benefits of our Ministry of MSME. Also, when you are participating in any government tender, then tender fee will be totally free for you if you are MSME enterprises, and also the earnest money deposit will be waived off for micro and small enterprises if you are registered with Udyam registration portal. Next slide. Also, during COVID period, our MSME faced lot of issues regarding transportation of their raw materials, transportation of their goods, services. So, to make them, to facilitate them, with the initiative of Honorable Prime Minister, we have created one portal called MSME Champion Portal. It is just you need to log on to champions.gov.in. Any queries you have, either you are aspiring for setting of enterprises, or you are already having an enterprises, then you can just log on to champions.gov.in, and within 3 working days your queries will be resolved by our ministry, either through central ministry or through its field offices setup. So I will request all of you to kindly go through the Champion portal. There it has been made very interactive. All those information of our ministry is there. So kindly log on to champions.gov.in, and if you have any policy related queries, or if any loan is not getting sanctioned for you, any kind of queries you are facing in setting up of enterprises, or in your existing enterprises also any compliance issues are there. So those all issues can be addressed through this Champions portal. So it is very simple, champions.gov.in, and it has been made for translating our enterprises from micro to small to medium. So that is all about our ministry. So it is one of the online initiative that has been taken by our ministry, so that our entrepreneur from their home itself, they get resolution for whatever queries they have. Next slide. So why nowadays MSMEs are so relevant? It is so relevant, like Madam also said, because if you consider the GDP of our country, more than 30% of the GDP is being contributed by our micro, small and medium enterprises. Also, if you consider the employment, we are second largest employment provider. MSMEs are second largest employment provider, and nowadays more than 25 crores of employment is being given by MSMEs. Also, if you consider the exports, more than 40% of exports of our country is being contributed by our MSME. So in Mizoram, we have altogether around 38,000 of MSME registered with Udyam registration portal, and I will request all of you, whoever are having enterprises, kindly enroll into the Udyam registration portal, which is totally free, and after enrolling it, you will get benefits of all schemes of our Ministry of MSME. Next slide. So what all works we are having entrepreneurship skill development program scheme. Under that scheme, we are having entrepreneurship awareness program that we are organizing in different technical institutions. Like last time we had organized in NIT Mizoram, we had organized in several skilling centers also, at Aizawl as well as Lunglai, Longtalai also. Also, we have entrepreneurship skill development program, which is 30 days program that is being organized by our office, which comprises of 20 days skill development program and 10 days entrepreneurship development program. Then we have JET certification scheme, zero effect, zero defect certification scheme, which enables our enterprises to export their product more and more, also to recognize their product globally. Then we have a lean manufacturing scheme under which the manufacturing enterprises, through a group of their enterprises, may include the process improvement techniques in their enterprises. So in that way, their productivity is getting enhanced, their wastages are getting minimized. Apart from that, we are having procurement and marketing support scheme, in which throughout the approved trade fairs throughout our country, it enables our enterprises, especially the micro and small enterprises, to take part into the domestic trade fairs, and whatever the costing that is being charged from them as in the name of space rent charges or stall charges, that is getting reimbursed. Not only that, the to and fro traveling charges also by AC2 tire or economy class airfare also, that is getting reimbursed up to 25,000. Next slide. Then we have our flagship scheme under our ministry, which is called Prime Minister Employment Generation Program scheme. So anyone who is aspiring for setting up of their enterprises, either manufacturing or service, they can apply through PMEGP portal. So for that, for manufacturing enterprises, up to 50 lakhs projects are being covered, and for service enterprises, up to 20 lakhs project is being covered. Also, the contribution that is being taken from enterprises, if you belong to NER enterprises, then only 5% contribution you need to apply. Also, the enterprises who have successfully taken their loan and they have run their business for 3 years, additional one component for upgrading of their manufacturing, for upgrading of their machinery also, one component has been incorporated under this scheme. Up to 1 crore loan can be provided under PMEGP second component scheme, which any enterprises who have taken loan under PMEGP scheme part A, which is for setting up of new enterprises, or for startup India, if they have applied loan, then they will be eligible for PMEGP second component. Next slide. Then actually when you are setting an enterprises, then there is scarcity of fund, and there is a problem for collateral deposit also in bank when you are applying for bank. So our ministry has understood this problem, and they have set up Credit Guarantee Fund Trust Scheme, CGTMSE, for micro and small enterprises. With that, up to 5 crore loan can be given by bank under this CGTMSE, in which just by giving nominal fee up to 1.35% of your outstanding amount, you can avail loan without depositing any collateral to bank. So with that, your fund is getting saved, your working capital you can apply, and nothing collateral you need to give to bank. So for facilitating that to our entrepreneurs, CGTMSE component is there, under which you can get loan up to 5 crore by just paying 1.35% of the outstanding amount annually to CGTMSE Trust, which has been formed with the help of Ministry of MSME and SIDBI. Next slide. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, in which from 50,000 up to 10 lakh loan can be provided. Then we have Stand Up India scheme, in which for SC, ST and women entrepreneurs, it is basically this loan is there, Stand Up India scheme loan, in which from 10 lakhs up to 1 crore loan can be provided for up to 1 crore loan can be provided under Stand Up India scheme. For Mudra, just you need to log on to udyamimitra.in, or you can approach to any nationalized bank for availing this Mudra Yojana scheme. Next slide. Then we have Cluster Development Program Scheme, MSC, Micro Small Enterprises CDP scheme. Under that scheme, through cluster concept, this scheme has been introduced by our ministry. So suppose if 20 or more than 20 enterprises are there who are working for same product, who are developing the same product, or who are rendering the same kind of services, and they are in a particular district. In one district, they all are located. So suppose a common facility center if we are developing, then all those 20 or more than 20 members of that cluster may get benefited. So under that concept, this cluster development program scheme has been developed, which is called Micro Small Enterprises Cluster Development Program. Under this program, common facility service is being set up by our ministry, and project from 5 lakhs to 5 crore to 30 crore are being considered under MSc CDP scheme. So just you need to have micro or small enterprises with more than 20 numbers. They'll form SPV for those 20 or more than 20 members, and through that scheme up to 70% of the contribution for the CFC is being done by Government of India. Remaining 30% is being done by state government or by SPV members. So this is holistic approach that has been adopted by our Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Next slide. Then Spurti scheme, it is just like CDP scheme, just in that Spurti scheme, common facility up to 5 crore is being considered, and if artisans are up to 500 numbers, then 2.5 crore CFC can be developed, and if artisans are more than 500 in numbers, then 5 crores CFC project may be considered under Spurti scheme. So just to save the traditional art of our country, this scheme has been developed and it is being run by our ministry. Next slide. Just they need to approach. They need to form the group of 500 or more than 500 artisans, and after formation of those artisans, they can approach to our office also, and with that, after verification, they can submit the project, and then the project will be submitted through CFC, and after that, CFC project will be approved by our ministry, and then CFC can be developed. Then we have Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance, RAMP scheme, which is the World Bank Assisted Central Scheme Support Project. It is basically for improving the infrastructure of the state by increasing the investment in state. So certain parameters are there, which if states are fulfilling, then central government provides loan for development activities of industries. Next slide. Then, like ma'am was telling about procurement marketing support scheme. Okay. We have a procurement marketing support scheme. Suppose if you are enterprise and you have developed your product and it is not known to the mass of our country, so how your product can be marketed? To understand this, Ministry of MSME has developed this scheme called Procurement Marketing Support Scheme, under which through participation in domestic trade fair throughout the country, and by adopting barcode for micro enterprises, also by participation in e-commerce platform, you can avail, you can increase the marketability of your product or your services. So this scheme will help you in developing the marketing of your product or services. Next slide. Next slide. Next. 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 Then we have international cooperation scheme being run by our ministry. If your product is having that quality where it has a scope of high export, then with the group of 10 number of enterprises, which can be micro, small or medium enterprises, and through association you can directly apply through ic.msme.gov.in portal. Just you log on to this portal and you will come to know that which all international trade fairs are approved by our ministry, and there you will come to know that how you can apply to this scheme, and up to 3 lakhs of the stall charges being charged by the individual enterprises, that can be reimbursed through IC scheme of our ministry. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next. Then we have a public procurement policy to increase the marketing potential of our ministry. Our ministry has mandated from all central government departments and central ministries to procure at least 25% of the annual procurement through micro and small enterprises. Under this policy, 358 items has been reserved, and all the central government ministry, because they are big procuring authority of our ministry, of Government of India, either central government departments or central public sector enterprises. So they need to purchase all their essential 358 items which has been reserved to be procured from micro and small enterprises. Next slide. Then we have NER scheme. Under that scheme also tool room, mini tool room can be developed, as well as funds are being distributed for common facility center also, common facility service also. Next slide. In this scheme, project up to 15 crores are being considered, either for setting of industrial area or flatted factory also. Next slide. Next slide. Then we have JED certification scheme. Like I already covered this scheme, in which there are 3 certification: bronze, silver and gold, and our ministry is giving subsidy up to 80%, 60% and 50% to micro, small and medium enterprises under this scheme. Next slide. Then next slide. Next slide. Then I already covered the lean manufacturing scheme. Under that scheme, through different label, you can apply for this scheme. Kindly go through lean.msme.gov.in. For any queries, you can come to our office. We'll explain you if you have any queries. Next slide. Next. I'll explain. Then we have IPR scheme, in which for domestic patent, foreign patent, GI registration, trademark, subsidies are being provided. Next slide. Next slide. Next. Then we have flagship program of our ministry, which is PM Vishwakarma scheme. Under that scheme, 18 trades are there. Recently in 2023, it has been launched by our Honorable Prime Minister. And those 18 trades, like Madam was also explaining all those trades, so they can avail benefits of that, in which the training program is being provided, per day stipend is being provided, toolkits are being provided, and loans up to 3 crores, up to 3 lakhs can be provided with just 5% of interest rate. Next slide. Next. Next slide. So these are the online portal where you can just log on to msme.gov.in. You can see all those achievements which is live of our ministry. Next slide. Next slide. So this is the address of our office. You can just note it down, and for any queries, you can come to our office. We'll be happy to resolve your queries. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening us.
Thank you, Mr. Jha. See, we may not understand the meaning of and the importance of all these things that were said. That is the reason why in the Northeast, the offtake of the schemes is very less. Although these are provided for us, the schemes, we have Sidbi Bank here, no, Mr. Jha? We have Sidbi in Aizawl?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So, Sidbi is also there. Please go visit. If in the process, see, you're all college students, I understand. But you've heard our previous speaker here saying that, you know, I started my business or my ideas during when I was in college, right? So, it is very important that we and see the world is our oyster. The world is so big that it can accommodate many of us, and we need to. We're very good in doing things. You know, we are very hardworking also. But the problem is, the time that we have and the knowledge and the skills that we have has to be, you know, used in such a way that we have value addition to whatever products that we are having. I'll just tell you one story. I love flowers. You know, I have a little bit of terrace, this big, not so big, but very, very, half the size of this thing. And so I join flower groups. You have in Facebooks and things like that, no? You join. So we see flowers from across the globe, across the states. So what happened was that, you know, we keep on posting our flowers also sometimes when we really feel, you know, nice and things like that, so we post. So what happens is other people will be asking, how much? You know, they also like it, so they are asking how much. Now, I'll tell you. This was, I have a Facebook. And the account is quite official because I wrote Government of India and where posted and things like that. So people started asking me how much. Then I said, okay, let me try. So I said one small sapling like this, I said 130. Now tell me, I said 130 and they want to buy. And I don't have any sapling, okay. I myself had bought it from Police Bazaar, that is in Shillong. So what I did was, because they wanted to buy, so I went and bought. In the market, I paid only 30 rupees. In the market, I paid only 30 rupees, which I sold for 130. And I just have to spend, you know, a little bit of my time and packaging it. And that package material, I went to the pharmacy, they have all this package material, no, they just want to give it to you. So I took that packet, sent it. And even for the postage fee also, they paid me. Now, in the process, I spent maybe 40 rupees, because coming to Police Bazaar. And I sold one sapling for 130. And I was doing such good business. I feel, you know, I should not do this because my Facebook is so official, people will tomorrow, you know, question me because I'm not supposed to do that. So I left it. Now, what I mean to say is, you as youngsters, you have so much time. Although we are sitting here for women, I'm also talking to my, you know, both genders. You have so much time. You can even sell from one village to the other. You can even sell from one shop to the other. If you go, no, shops in Aizawl also, one person will be selling so high, one person will, so in the process you can also earn. It's all a matter of how do I want my life to be. Nobody will stop you if you want to do 5 things. Do it. We have to be economically stable, abled, so that we can help others. You know, once you stand up and you have something, then only you can help others, no? It's very interesting. Life is very interesting. You're just youths now. I can see many of our friends going out, and Yamuna is waiting here, wanting to, you know, have a one-to-one interaction with you. But we also have launched one portal called NERACE, N-E-R-A-C-E. This is where I would request Mr. Jha also to take note of this. If he has already not seen this portal, we have a portal called NERACE, where we onboard any sellers from the Northeast. We onboard any sellers from the Northeast. So there is a platform where, you know, this goods are there, and this is being run by NetFee, and they're doing really good, and they're going to help you out in supposing there are buyers there, and you know they have the list. So many of our products have been sent like that. The recent, I think some pineapple distress sale was there in some district, that also have been uplifted by our this portal. So it's really interesting. All this you can do in your spare time. Do it. Requesting all to do something, some economic activities, so that you learn from there and you want to, you know more, you want to do more. This is good for you. I'll not take more of your time. I hope Yamuna is there. She just wanted to have some discussion with you, and after this you can all come and have lunch. There is, I think, lunch available for all of us, probably, I don't know. So thank you so much for this, but again I'm telling you, contact the state government officials or MSME official here in amidst you in Mizoram, or you know, there's no harm. We in the Northeast do not want to speak. We don't want to speak. You know, if this was a forum, Yamuna will support me. If this was a meeting held anywhere else in India, there will be questions and questions and questions, trying to understand what people are talking about. But here is where we just listen and things. This is our character, no doubt. But then we have to be more active. We have to ask. We have to, you know, just how active we are in our churches. We have to be active when economy is concerned. Thank you so much for taking that.
So I know everyone is hungry. We can do two quick things. Are we going to have a session for the Mizoram Startup Mission? Someone from Mizoram Startup Mission there here? Anyone who's going to do? Sir, can I quickly request you to come? So meanwhile, guys, I have two options. I don't want to bore you guys practically. There's one quick demo of the product. What we could do is, instead of asking you to come back after lunch, the poll is yours. If you can give me 5 minutes, I can show the demo and then have him talk and close in dot 10 minutes. I'll request him to be like super fast. I urge, you know, I want to put that timer. I don't want to hijack your lunch time. Is that okay? Do you guys have 5 minutes time to see the demo? Yes? Yeah, you're on the, so team.
Yeah. So let's welcome Purinzwala to say something on the startup mission.
No, can we finish the demo and he can end
No,
it?
I want him to.
Okay, sure. So let's swap. After the demo, whoever is interested on the platform, product, you can stay. I am here, accessible. You can catch up me at the lunch also. So let us have the session since sir is on the time and he has to complete it, okay? That was discussed there.
Good afternoon. This session is for sharing and exchange of ideas, experiences, and best practices. And I have been given 15 minutes. I will make a short presentation which will be followed by sharing and exchanges of ideas from the floor. And to save time and to limit myself, I will stick to my notes. Okay, the role of Mizoram Startup Mission is to manage the startup ecosystem and promote entrepreneurship culture in Mizoram. Therefore, promoting women's entrepreneurship is part of our mission. And before we move on, as we can see from the slide, let me talk about the genesis of entrepreneurship schemes of Government of Mizoram. As we can see from the presentation, it was started in the year 2016 under the Mizoram State Entrepreneurship Development Monitoring Committee. It was called MEDMOC, led by the Planning and Program Implementation Department. We organized the first entrepreneurship seed grant competitions called Mizoram, Kailon, and Rabi. And during the 8 long years, we have funded 131 entrepreneurs, where 40 were women. From the year 2022 onwards, the government decided that Planning and Program Implementation Department should focus on startup promotion, as other government departments have started supporting entrepreneurship development. And now we have the Mizoram Startup Mission. Okay, next slide, please. And this has been covered in the morning by our CM, our secretary, and our minister, that Mizoram has a good potential for women entrepreneurship, as we can see from the slide. If you visit the shop and sabji market in Aizawl, you find the majority of the shopkeepers and vendors are women. I think we can skip this slide. Next, please. And some of the initiative by MSUM, as we can see from here, 40% of 131 entrepreneurs that we have funded were women, and we have reserved 10% of a fund, of the grant that we have funded to women entrepreneurs. And we are in the process of working with NSR Cell, that is IIM Bangalore, for developing incubation program. Next. And these are the programs we are funding. We have Mizoram Kailon, Mizoram Rabi, then we have Startup Ignition Fund, R&D and Marketing Support Fund, and now the present ministry is kind enough to give us fund to develop this venture capital fund. We are in the process of registering the AIF in SEBI. And sir, I think after this, I would very much would like to talk to you about the SRI fund also.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. And some of the other programs are capacity development, event-based activity, networking, exposure trips, as we can see from the slide. Next, please. And this is, as you can see, the funding schemes based on the development stage of the startups. The pre-seed, we are talking about the ideation and the validation stage. You can go for the Mizoram Kailon, Mizoram Rabi, R&D fund, then startup fund. And if you are at the seed stage where you have the product, the MVP, as well as attraction, that is, you are developing sales and you are generating revenue, you can go for Rabi or the Startup Ignition Fund, our accelerator program. And once the venture capital fund is there, we can, part of the VC fund may be used here. And for the growth stage, the venture capital fund will be utilized for that. Next, please. And the goal of creating an enabling entrepreneurship ecosystem for women is to provide women with the skills, resources, required support that they need to start and grow successful business. To conclude, let me say that providing skills and resources through government's schemes and programs with limited funds and resources is difficult. But a bigger challenge lies in creating a culture that gives support to women entrepreneurs. This is the softer part. That is the support from the society, support from community, support from our friends, support from a family, and support from our husbands. We need to develop this in creating that culture. That is a bigger challenge. With that, I will conclude. And I've been asked that from the local entrepreneurs, the women entrepreneurs, or from the students, from the college students, if you would like to share about today's program since the morning, the floor is yours. But since with the limitation of time, we can only accommodate one or two with a maximum time of 2 minutes. Anyone? Please raise your hand. Okay.
Experience around Soila, you're all college students. You're supposed to be standing up.
Okay, if no one is standing, I'll invite, I'll invite P. Irene. She's an entrepreneur. She's also our resource person from the Startup Mission. Can you please come and share a few words? Your experiences, your ideas, or how you find today's program. Please welcome P. Irene, an entrepreneur.
Hi, thank you so much. I won't take much of your time. I think today's program was really an eye-opener for a lot of us. Like you can see, I'm not that young, but a lot of the information that we received today, I think a lot of those information I heard for the first time, and I would like to tell the MSME office in Aizawl that they'll be seeing us a lot, also the MSUM, and we hope that as entrepreneurs, I represent all the micro entrepreneurs who've not even got their foot properly on the ground maybe, and we look forward to the support that the government will be giving to us, and we hope to have our the little number of us that are present here, we hope to have our pictures up there as champions next time we have this kind of meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a fantastic, great start at Mizoram. So, sir, can we get the WP video on? Okay. Before everything, it's a fantastic opportunity. If anybody wants to brainstorm on your idea, small business or tech business, or even just to even understand, where to start or how to start, the post lunch I'm going to be around here. I have a flight tomorrow only. I'm not running away. So anyone wants to ask any questions, feel free to reach out. And you can reach out to me on LinkedIn also. You can register on the WP platform, set up some time. Sir, is that there? Okay.
To trailblazing enterprises, they are redefining the state's economic story. Deeply rooted in its rich traditions and cultural vibrancy, Mizoram is embracing the future, powered by women with the courage to create, innovate, and inspire. Recognizing the transformative power of women-led enterprises, the Women Entrepreneurship Platform, or WEP, was incubated by Niti-State and now functions as a public-private partnership aimed at promoting and nurturing women entrepreneurship across India. Following the success of its first state chapter in Telangana, WEP is excited to extend this transformative initiative to Mizoram, creating a new wave of opportunities for women entrepreneurs. This chapter will unite government bodies, private enterprises, and grassroots organizations, creating a robust ecosystem to fuel the ambitions of Mizoram's women entrepreneurs. WEP Mizoram is built on the foundations of policy, partnerships, and platforms, creating a supportive ecosystem where women entrepreneurs can have access to resources, collaboration, and growth opportunities. Strengthening Mizoram's entrepreneurial landscape with data-driven, evidence-based strategies tailored for women-led enterprises, connecting women entrepreneurs to global and national partners, unlocking resources and opportunities for growth. A dedicated digital platform providing resources, mentorship, and tools to help women succeed in their entrepreneurial journey. The future is bold, driven by women and limitless in possibility. With WEP Mizoram, we are not just fostering businesses. We are building legacies, uplifting communities, and transforming lives.
So thank you for this amazing efforts, and I think it's more on your plate now. Like ma'am said, sometimes listening more is also amazing, but it's your time to talk, time to show that what you can build from Mizoram to the world. Okay, have a great evening. I will. Is there a? Yeah. The closing remarks will be done by Priscilla.
Oh, the MC is still there, ma'am? Yeah.
Like I said before, that's entrepreneurship for you, the start of something really rocky, but that will really bring forth a lot of economic growth for all of us. Let's hope so. So we would like to thank Niti Aayog's, everybody who came from outside, all the speakers, the State Support Mission, and all the participants. Thank you all for coming, and we hope that it will be the start of something really lucrative for everybody to bring forth the ideology and the goal of Viksit Bharat for everybody. Thank you so much.